Oh, got him! Get to that! Get to that! Oh my God!
Hi again everyone, and welcome back to the fish room here at Wisconsin Trout Fishing. I've had an additional request from a viewer that was asking about what type of things do I place in my vest. I happen to use a Simms guide vest, which I think hands down is the best trout fishing vest out there on the market. It is pricey, it goes about 200 bucks, sometimes you can find it on sale. The one that I have is more than 5 years old, and it's on its last leg, so it isn't the greatest looking vest that you're going to see here in this presentation. But I will get the vest on a stand and go through all of the things that I put in that vest. That vest has 26 pockets. I do not use every single pocket. The zippers on this Simms vest lasted about 3.5, 4 years. Most of them are busted, but that hasn't compromised the functionality of the vest. This vest has also gone through a couple of repairs, notably the mesh material that was in the side panels of this vest from getting stuck on thorns and twigs when I'm wading, and also due to decay from UV light. I had to replace that, and so it's got kind of a very amateur sewing job on it, but I'll show you all those things and answer the question for you, what's in my vest? Well, there you have it, the Simms guide vest. And what makes the difference between a guide vest and the freestone vest, and they have even some smaller portable vests, are these retractors, these built-in hooks that I'll talk about as I keep going through this with you today. But I wanted to show you the vest in general, and you can see it's got these two large pockets there, and then two smaller pockets on the lapels. And then in the back of the vest, it has a nice D-ring attachment for the net. I think most of you will know that I use a magnetic release, which keeps the net stuck to the angler, but allows for it to be behind me and out of the way when I'm fishing. Just a pointer on that, this magnet is a SF brand magnet. That's Susan and Frank SF. And it is the strongest one. This one does not, it doesn't come off when you jump down a bank or scruff into things quite as easily. But I'm going to take this off just to make it easier to get in and out of the vest. But there you see how the net attaches. And on this vest, normally there was this mesh stuff that covered this back pocket area, and that completely eroded from UV and getting it snagged on trees and twigs. So I sewed in an additional pocket here, and I left holes here. What is nice about that is that the top zipper here is what opens this big pack, and that's where I put my waters. And this can comfortably hold 4 liter jugs of water at a time when you're walking on the stream, without affecting how it performs in wading. But let's go ahead and take a look again at the front. So the first thing that I will mention is I really like this vest. I think it is the best one out there. And I have a new one coming, but they're all on back order, whether it's because of supply chain issues or other issues. I don't know for sure, but in any event, I will buy this vest. I will only buy this vest because it is the best one out there. I've tried a number of them, and this is the best one out there. I use the D-loop on here to connect these inexpensive lanyards, and I use a full needle nose pliers. Those of you that love your hemostat, well, that's great. Do what you want to do, but I can't tell you the number of times I've seen people labor with a hemostat trying to get hooks out because either the hemostat bends and is weak. So I like the full pliers, but that's a must for me. And starting with this pocket here, the Sims vest does have a zip, and the pliers primarily goes in there, but I'll put extra gloves in. There's a little lapel pocket here too, and those are some of the zippers that still work. But in this lapel pocket, you've seen me grab these before, but I carry my snaps in that upper pocket. In this area here is where that zipper is busted, so I don't put anything that I have of value in there. But this is where I've got my Wisconsin fishing license, my Minnesota fishing license, and everything with me so that I have it while I'm on the stream. And then nothing else goes in that zipper, and you can see that this zipper is completely toast, does not work. So then going over to the left-hand pocket, just out of habit, in this pocket I always keep my towel. This is for wiping hands, whatever is necessary to use a towel for, get the fish slime off, whatever, and nothing else goes in that top pocket. And this pocket I use, this lapel pocket I use for any type of additional things that I might want to just pack with me. So here I've got a couple of, this is from steelhead season, I can tell by the big hooks. But here I have a couple of custom made lures that were something different than is in my box, but I'll tend to cram some lures in there. This zipper pocket I use to store batteries that have run out of juice. So I'll be able to put those batteries in there and close that up, and they're in good condition that way. On this D loop I have another lanyard, and this is where I have my camera batteries in a small waterproof case. This took me a while to learn this, so you can gain a lot up on me, but you won't lose your camera batteries if you attach them to you. I have lost camera batteries either in the car, on the walk, or somewhere along the way through. This being attached to me means it's never going to be lost. Moving on then, what I mentioned to you about the guide vest being a step up from the normal Sims vests are these hanging retractors. And on the right hanging retractor, because I'm right-handed, I have my braid scissors. This is a very cheap, inexpensive scissors. I think it's $2, $3, something like that. And if you've ever fished with braid and you don't have a scissors, you're going to be in a world of hurt because you can't break it with your hands without cutting through your fingers. But that's what I keep on that right side one. And then on the left side one, I use a little flashlight. Just in case I'm going in somewhere before sunrise or leaving after dark, it's helpful to have a flashlight with me. So moving then further down on the vest, these two main big pockets are what I use for my lure boxes. So you've seen me open these and display lures to you on a number of occasions. And you know, what's nice about the Sims vest is each side fits two boxes very well. So that's a very convenient feature to me. I do not ever use this front pocket here. In fact, it doesn't even open. But I don't use the interior pocket here, but there is one, and if you wanted to put stuff in there, keep in mind anything about this high or this high and above stays dry unless you fall in. Below gets wet. This is water resistant, but it is not waterproof, and anything in these pockets will get wet as you're wading. These small pockets, the things that I keep at the ready are my stringer, and I don't always put things in these small pockets because I don't want them to get wet. That one has nothing. This side here, another stringer. You can never have too few stringers. easy item to forget that makes your life a little more miserable. So that gives you a good viewpoint on the front of the vest. The Simms vest has this collapsible attachment here. That's how I tend to wear it on the stream. There is a zipper, but the shoulders and the width of this vest are not adjustable, so that zipper, when zipped, just isn't the greatest for fishing with it zipped. You could, I don't. On the inside of the Simms vest, you'll see there are these additional interior pockets. So when I said it has 26 pockets, it's got 26 pockets. I don't use those for anything. There's also this interior pocket, which I don't use either. But again, if you had things that you wanted to put in there, you'd have plenty of ample extra storage. This would be great for flat stuff. I suppose if you're fly fishing, flat packs for tippet or leader or other types of things would be great to put in here. There's the same situation on the other side of the vest with an additional set of pockets. So this is a very well equipped vest on the front end. The other thing I'll mention is really important too, and I'll grab a rod end to show you. So there's an additional feature to the Simms vest that comes in very handy, and it is that it has a built-in rod holder. So by that I mean this lower loop right here. That lower loop right there serves as a rod holder. You slip the, it's a little awkward, it's much easier when you're fishing, but you slip your butt end of the rod in there. And of course there's going to be a reel here to stop it, and you can either use this to hold that up, and then you can get your cheese grin in and hold your fish without having your hands go crazy. You have probably seen me on countless times just toss my pole on the bank. I don't always have the best use of this while fishing, but what this is great for is when I'm not in any area where there's tough brush. This is how I walk back out of the stream, and I don't have to hold a rod in one hand, and I have two free hands to carry out any fish or anything else that's going on. So that is very helpful, and I don't tend to use it here. I tend to just strap it in and just hook it underneath, which holds it even just a little bit tighter. So I tend to do that. The Simms vest also, though, has a pack for, or a little butt holder here too for a rod that you can easily jam a rod in there and use the same edges. So let's take a look then now at the back of the vest. And again, I mentioned this one's on its last leg. This is a fatal flaw here. The vest still hangs and sits on me no problem for fishing yet this season, but I'm going to replace it as soon as I can. And with this setup, oddly enough, it's the top zipper that opens this big, giant pack where I told you I have my waters. And this is an also awesome pack because when I get out of the stream, I can put full waders in there, rolled up, and a fish or two if I have no other way to carry them or I don't want to lug them around on a stringer back to the car. Now, of course, you can't put a steelhead in there. You can't put a giant brown in there, maybe one giant brown. But when I'm riding the bike, I'll throw my waders in here and I'll wrap my boots over my shoulder, and then I'm riding in shorts and gym shoes. I can pack 4 waters, gym shoes in here. I know some people like to take rain gear. I tend to not take rain gear. I don't mind fishing in the rain. Most of this stuff keeps me pretty organized and dry. And then also on this guide vest, there is a small secondary pocket. right here, and it only goes about hand deep. But this is where I keep some things that I know I'm going to use over and over again. So, an extra shoelace. Very important to have. If you run out of shoelaces on the stream, you're in trouble. Ah, another shoelace. And still I have it here. Oh, I happen to have my handy duty fish beater. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah, just in case I need any security on the stream, you know, no big deal. So this thing holds a lot of useful stuff too, not just fun stuff, but some 100% DEET. Bug spray goes in there. You can put a big can of bug spray in here as well as the other items that I showed you. So that's the vest in the back. So I hope that this gives you an idea of what the Simms vest is capable of. I really do think it's the best vest on the market. So we'll get the camera turned around and get a sign off here, and I hope this tip is helpful. So there you have it, folks. The answer to the question of what's in my vest at Wisconsin Trout Fishing. So, you know, to each their own. There is no one way to fish. I have full acknowledgement that I don't know everything about trout fishing, and you are more than welcome to ask me questions and or do things your own way. It does not matter to me how you might fish, but I really hope you take the chance to get out on the streams and enjoy the outdoor environment we have here in Wisconsin. It truly is a gem of the world. The driftless area is a very, very special place to me, and I hope you have gotten to see enough of it in my videos to grow the same sense of appreciation. But again, the Simms vest, I really like it. I know some guys have backpacks only. Well, I've fished with some guys where they're carrying what they can carry in their pockets. This vest can carry anything that you might possibly want to take on a stream. In warm weather, I don't find this vest unpleasant. I know some guys think it's hot in the summer here in Wisconsin. To be honest, a little bit of sweat and mosquitoes does not bother me, but I'd rather have all of my equipment with me than be out there in the middle of a wade 3 hours from any type of car or civilization and recognize that I didn't bring some essential things that I want to have. So I really like the Simms vest. I'm looking forward to getting my new one, and I hope I don't run into issues with either supply chain problems or other availability, but I'll be watching for the first one available and drop the cash for it as soon as I can. So thanks for watching Wisconsin Trout Fishing. I hope you learned about how I use a vest, and happy fishing.